Welcome to the Waterloo Rec Complex. I'm John Molson. Today's GOJHL game is presented by Rogers Television. Today, the 16-6-3 Waterloo Siskins host the 11-12-3 fifth place Stratford Cullitons. The Waterloo Siskins are looking for their third consecutive victory following wins over the Brampton Bombers and the Cambridge Winterhawks. The Stratford Cullitons look to get back to 500 after a 2-1 victory over the Listowel Cyclones. Starting goaltenders for today's game. In net for the Stratford Cullitons, number 30, Nicholas Caldwell. He's won 5 games against 9 losses, a loss in overtime and a shootout loss. 1 shutout on the year, a 2.81 goals against average for a .903 save percentage as the Cullitons win the opening draw. O'Brien back to the defenseman. Back to O'Brien before Harvey intercepts and throws a shot on net into Nicholas Caldwell. Starting in net for the Waterloo Siskins is number 37, Leo Lazarev. He's played in 19 games, registering 11-5, 1-loss record as the shot by Harvey partially blocked play moving off to the near wall. Bodner works it up the boards before Stratford intercepts. Shane O'Brien throwing a pass down the right wing. Harvey back to pick up for the Siskins. Lazarev with a loss in overtime and a shootout loss. 2 shutouts on the year, a .242 goals against average and a .924 save percentage as play now back inside the Stratford blue line. Backhanded in by Bodner on the far side. The Cullitons pick it up. Caldwell seeming to have a problem out beyond his end line. He's calling to the bench, but play continues 1 minute and 5 seconds into period number 1. I don't know if Caldwell's injured here or he's lost an edge, but he's asking for some assistance from the Stratford trainer. A goalie on the far side getting warmed up for the Cullitons. Looks like Michael Pessendorfer. Stratford leading the season series 2-1 as a strange injury to Caldwell here. Trevor Sauter and a player off to his left assisting Caldwell to the bench. Pessendorfer now in net for the Cullitons. 1 minute and 6 seconds into period number 1. Pessendorfer's registered a 6-3 1-loss record with 1 loss in the shootout, a 3.26 goals against average and a .892 save percentage as La Jeunesse wins the draw but can't force play past Curry. The shot in by the Cullitons off the opposite side. Dylan Wetlaufer throws it in behind the net, taps for it back. The pass missed, ends up on the right side of the blue line for Jordan Curry. Play in the neutral zone. La Jeunesse trying to make his way around the defenseman. Digging in there as well as Evan Kearns, forechecked by Trevor Sauter, and another Culliton forward, Captain Jordan Curry. DeFarias to the other side, the other defender. DeFarias shooting it in on the far side. Play now down at the half wall Stratford zone. Picked up by Curry in behind his own net. Vandergunst picks it up through the neutral board, and back to pick up is Semino for the Siskins. The pass by Semino too far down the near board and icing on Waterloo. And a face-off from the left circle in the Waterloo zone. Brett Heyman to take the draw. He wins it, puts it back to Riker Killens on the point, and the shot by Killens wide off the glass to the far side. Nigro digs it out. The Siskin forward, Ruskowski, throws it the length of the ice. Bueller giving chase at the near corner, and he tips it in. Evan Bueller with the opening goal, a misplay by the Stratford defense. And at 2 minutes and 14 seconds, Evan Bueller tucks it in the near post, putting the Siskins out on top by 1. I believe that will go unassisted. Carey throwing it down the far side before Stratford intercept. Harvey goes around the far board. Waterloo trying to leave the zone now through the neutral zone. Stratford, the back pass. Curry from his own blue line. The pass through center to McKelvey, tipped into the near corner. Hurst stood up there. Play in behind the Waterloo net. Carey through center, makes a pass off to the left side to Mantenuto down the left wing. McKelvey cuts it off behind his own net. Middleton around the far side. DeFarius keeps it in at the near point, closest to our broadcast location before the whistle goes. Today's game presented by Rogers Television. Be sure to check your local listings for air dates in your region. Face off in the Waterloo zone out to the left of Leo Lazarev. Trevor Souter to take the draw. Souter leading the Cullitons in points with 13 goals and 20 assists for 33 points in 26 games. Play out the end line as Stratford goes to their first power play. A 5-on-4 man advantage now for the Cullitons. Back to the right side, down the half wall. Souter tips the backhand back to the near corner. Curry over to Killens. Killens unable to find some room, turns around. Curry to the slot to Croft. Picked off by Brubacher, but Curry able to keep it in at the right side. Shot down the ice by Brubacher. 1:18 to go in the penalty to Waterloo. Killens to the far wall. Stratford at 32 for 169 for an 81.7 or 81.07 penalty kill percentage. The Siskins at 36 goals and 150 chances for a 24% power play efficiency. Ma works his way around the boards, falling on the half wall as Gross checked him there. Nathan Templeman to the other side, and the shot by Shane O'Brien covered up in the upper body of Leo Lazarev. Lazarev, the young 16-year-old Russian import netminder, brought to Canada courtesy of ex-Red Wing Igor Larionov. You can see that interview coming up in our Rogers Television segment. The shot by Hanlon, a weak one, covered up by Pessendorfer. Lajeunesse wins the draw, shoves it to the corner. Pleon skating through center. Over the far side, the drop pass intercepted by Danny Hanlon, moving in, and a quick wrist shot around the Stratford defender Cullitons, and Pessendorfer has to be sharp with the glove. Waterloo registering a 4-2 victory against the Cullitons back on Friday, September the 13th. Ruskowski with a first period goal. Mantenuto, Ma, and Evan Kearns adding third period markers. Stratford with a 3-2 lead in that game. Or tied up, I should say. Waterloo replying with the 2 third period goals to get the victory, but Stratford on top in the season series, registering a 4-3 win back on Sunday, October the 6th, and also registering a 7-3 victory on Friday, November the 1st. Play down the near wall, slapped into the corner. Brubaker puts it back for his defenseman Gazzola before the whistle goes. And Luke Gazzola heading to the box, tapping his stick on the glass on his way to the penalty box in frustration, having something to say to Devin Croft off on the right wing as he exited to the penalty box. The draw with Lajeunesse and the Stratford centerman. Trevor Sauter. Sauter moves over to the right side. Croft to take the draw instead. Stratford winning it. Stratford back to the 5-on-4, their second man advantage, as the shot by Dylan Wetlauer along the ice, and Lazarev covering up at the top of his crease. Right side, or left side, sorry. Cullitons down the wing for Curry. Curry tries to move it into the center area to Sauter, and Hanlon able to intercept and throw it the length of the ice. Cullitons with some speed over the near side, gets to the far corner, wraps around the net, the centering pass. Wetlaufer turning around, trying to find some room at the near half wall before it's taken by Troy Lajeunesse and thrown down into Stratford territory on the far side. 1:12 remaining in the minor to the Siskins. Cullitons near side, pokes it in for Vandergunst, taken away by Hurst. Hurst killing some more time as Cullitons back to pick up the puck for the Cullitons behind his own net. Pleon to the far side by the red line. Heyman backhands it down the wall far side. Kearns gives it to his man, Brubaker, on the far side end line, and Brubaker shoots it down the ice inside a minute to go on the Waterloo minor. Just 30 seconds remaining on the Waterloo minor penalty. Jake Pleon forces it down the far boards. Brubaker intercepting again, throwing the puck back to the red line. Nathan Templeman into the near corner, and it's wrapped around by Carey. Carey throwing it off the glass out the far side, and Pleon picking it up inside his own blue line for the Cullitons. Gross back to the point, Pleon into the slot, intercepted, the backhand by Hanlon back into the neutral zone. Pleon picks it off, throws it deep. Hurst throws it up the wall near side as the Siskins return to full strength. O'Brien down the near wall, Matthew Ma beating him to the puck. Mitch Brooks to the puck down below the right circle. Falls at the corner near half wall. Josh Miller forces it back up the near wall. The centering pass by O'Brien taken away by Mantenuto as he leaves through the neutral zone. Semino back for Waterloo. Avoids the forecheck of two Culliton players and backhands it the full length of the ice. Miller back to pick up for the Cullitons. Play on the far wall. A diving Culliton player on the left side dives to keep the puck away from Mantenuto. That was Nathan Templeman. Face off Waterloo zone, right circle. Carey to take the draw, wins it off to the far end line, but Stratford picks it up. The long lead pass to center. Nigro leaving it for McKelvey, and McKelvey's wrist shot goes wide of the near side. McKelvey now back down on the far side, digging for possession. Goes to the wraparound around the near corner. He's dumped to the ice by Mantenuto, and the whistle goes. As mentioned, Stratford with a 2-1 series lead in the season series. Stratford winning 4-3 on Sunday, October the 6th here at the Rec Complex in a shootout. Shane O'Brien getting the game winner. O'Brien, of course, one of the main factors in the Cullitons getting to the Cherry Cup final last year, dumping the league-leading Caledonia Corvayers at that time. And the Cullitons advancing to face the Cambridge Winterhawks before dropping the Cherry Cup 4-1. O'Brien registering 7 points in the first 3 games against the Corvayers. Play at the half wall, shot by the left from Ruskowski, gathering in the rebound, Bueller, and finally intercepted by Dylan Wetlaufer through the near side. He tosses it through the neutral zone. Wetlaufer gets it back now at the near wall. Waterloo takes it away, goes back on the 3-on-2, and the shot by Ryan Taylor moves off to the near corner. DeFarius, the shot, looking for a rebound, hit a skate in front, came back to Evan Bueller momentarily before the Cullitons intercept, and Trevor Sauter's wrist shot from the far side ends up in the glove of Lazarev at the near corner. Stratford also gaining victory 7-3 back at Allman Arena back on November the 1st. Stratford with the only third period goal. 3 goals for the Cullitons versus 2 for the Siskins in the second in that contest. Trying to break free as Parker, and he throws his man up against the board. Miller on the near side. Play at center. Vandergunst tries to go around the far side. Harvey pokes it away from him. Harvey with the puck by the end line, passes up to Bodner. In that 7-3 Stratford win, Jordan Curry with a 3-point night, a goal and 2 assists. Riker Killens and Drew Gross with the same, also with a goal and 2 assists. The Cullitons leading the season series 2-1, and the Siskins looking to tie it up here today. Shot in near corner. Carey forces his man to the near corner. Stratford with possession. Gross the pass ahead for Tyson Baker. The pass to Baker too far, goes into the far corner Waterloo zone for an icing. Waterloo trying to win this afternoon and get themselves to within a point of the Elmira Sugar Kings for second place. Elmira with a game in hand. Face off left circle. McKelvey battles for it. Trying to fall on it was Chase Campbell. Ma takes it up the boards. Play pinned down on the near board as Jordan Curry, Patrick McKelvey, and two Waterloo players, Campbell and Carey, battle for possession. It ends up being cleared into Waterloo territory. Lazarev throws it around the far side for the defender. Carey picking it up and bouncing a shot off the glass far wall. Rizkowski into the corner for the Siskins to pick it up. As the whistle goes, an interference call coming here with 7:14 to go, first period of play. Excuse me. Evan Bueller with the only first period goal for the Siskins at 2:14, unassisted, poking it in at the near corner. Rizkowski off to the corner, pinned up against the wall. DeFarius shot 2 inches wide to the far side. Riker Killens to the box for interference. Taylor near corner, left circle, puts it deep for Rizkowski. Rizkowski back to Semino, left side of the blue line. Semino back to Rizkowski. The shot hit the outside of Allen. Semino, the fake shot to the far side to Josh DeFarius. The shot by DeFarius deflected into the far corner. Stratford rings it around the glass out the far side, and both teams make a full line change with 1:08 to go in the penalty to Killens. DeFarius picks it up. DeFarius with 3 goals and 10 assists in 24 games for 13 points. Lajeunesse back to Hurst, shot partially blocked, and Miller throws it the length of the ice down into the near corner. Brubacher for the Siskins comes out the far side through center. Pass off to the right wing. The winger gives it back to Bueller, broken up by Brett Heyman. Over to Hurst. Hurst flips it down into the corner near side before it's cleared by Curry from the right side of the ice. Lazarev covering up at the near corner for a whistle. 5:32 to go, first period of play. Stratford last registering a win last Friday night against the Listowel Cyclones. Devin Croft and Brett Heyman with the 2 Stratford goals. Mac Nickel with a Listowel third period goal to get Listowel close. But Stratford looking to get back to the 500 mark this afternoon as DeFarius goes up to the blue line. Digging it out at the far corner is Rizkowski. Rizkowski back for DeFarius. DeFarius near wall, and the pass by Taylor looking for Kearns in front. Kearns with the forehand, the shot deflecting off his blade into the far corner. Taylor with another chance, and the wrister covered up in the glove. A beautiful glove save by Pessendorfer at the far corner to keep the Cullitons within 1. Face-off right circle. Waterloo, their last victory, registering a 3-1 win over the Brampton Bombers. Also on Friday night, Evan Bueller with the opening goal in period number 1 on the power play at 5:55. Eric DiCarlo replying for the Bombers. And the only other goals in that contest, courtesy of 2 second period goals by Connor Bodner and Ryan Taylor. The shot moving out of play. The shot by Keaton Middleton from the near corner, out of play into the netting far side. Nick Nigro taking the draw from the right circle. Troy Lajeunesse on the opposite side for the Siskins. Lajeunesse wins it, can't get it past the right side of the blue line. Killen stops it there. His shot off the outside of Ryan Taylor. Hurst Vandergunst and another Stratford forward battling for possession before play is whistled down. Nick Nigro was the second man in for Stratford. Waterloo registering a 4-3 win over the Winterhawks back here last Sunday. Cambridge registering the only goal in the third, but Ruskowski and Lajeunesse with second period goals, enough for the Siskins to hang on for the 4-3 victory. The shot by Ruskowski trying to go through the legs of Pessendorfer. Brubacher back for Ruskowski, and the shot by Brubacher partially blocked by Gross. Pass up through center. Bueller backhands it to Ruskowski out the left side, and Ruskowski's wrister over the left circle, gloved down by Pessendorfer. Lajeunesse from the left, opposed by Sauter. Lajeunesse wins the draw. Taylor wins the battle to the corner before giving it up to Trevor Sauter, and Sauter passes back for the defender on the far side. Ma back in his own net. Wetlaufer trying to win the battle to the near side. Taylor comes away with it, skates over center, the pass off to his left to Lajeunesse, and he gives back to Taylor. Wetlaufer back to Curry. Curry rainbows it up to the center ice red line, and Sauter the cross ice feed back for Pleon, the defender. Lajeunesse around the net for Ma. Ma turns around to avoid the Stratford forecheck and stops behind his own net. The pass up the near wall taken away by the Cullitons. Pleon throws it down the near wall. Lazarev out to stop it, gives it to the defender Kearns, or Semino rather, and Semino dumps the puck deep into the near wall past the end line. Kept in by Parker. His shot hit the skate of a Stratford player. O'Brien shoots it wide, hard off the end boards, 2 inches off the far post. Templeman moving around Bodner, and he snaps a backhand into the upper body of Lazarev. Gazzola through the neutral zone now, playing back and forth. Gazzola a centering pass before the Cullitons take it away. O'Brien from the right, his shot off the right blocker of Lazarev. Inside 2 minutes to go, first period of play. The only goal on the unassisted Evan Bueller goal at 2:14. Bueller forcing a turnover and finding himself open at the near corner. Pessendorfer unable to get the right leg across to the post, and Bueller tucking it in to give the Siskins, to at this point, a 1-0 lead. Shot off the back wall by Hurst, 2 Waterloo players. Bueller and Mantenuto looking for a rebound, but it's covered up by Pessendorfer. Nick Caldwell injured a minute and 6 seconds in, so Pessendorfer called in to replace him. We don't know the extent of the injury to Caldwell at this point. Caldwell called for the trainer off to the left-hand side of his crease, and he is not on the bench as of now. Caldwell not on the bench for the Cullitons. So if Pessendorfer gets hurt, it looks like Stratford will have to go to some sort of emergency goaltender. 1:07 to go, period number 1. Face-off beside the Waterloo blue line. Lajeunesse wins the draw, back to DeFarius to the other side. Brubacher shoots it down the wall through the neutral zone, and it's dumped in by Kearns. Play at the near wall. Stratford zone. Taylor digs it out before Stratford intercepts behind their own net. Wetlaufer over the right side. His pass intercepted by Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse working it to the other side. And the hard snapshot by Brubacher covered up at the opposite post by Pessendorfer. Both teams making a full line change. Brubacher, after that shot, at 4 goals and 11 assists for 15 points on the year in 23 games. Game number 24 for the Siskins today. Game number 27 for the Cullitons. So Stratford past the halfway point of the season. Waterloo at just about the halfway point. A 51-game regular season, although I believe with the showcase in St. Catharines back on the 12th of October, that extends the season to a 52-game regular season, as the shot by DeFarius over the right circle goes wide to the near corner. The buzzer going, the first period goal by Evan Bueller at 2:14 of the first. And at the end of the first intermission, it's the Waterloo Siskins 1 and the Stratford Cullitons no score. We're with Russian import netminder, 16-year-old Leo Lazarev of the Waterloo Siskins, number 37. Leo, you're quite the interesting story coming over from Russia. What are some of the cultural differences between living in Russia and living here in Waterloo?
It's not much difference, but much people in Waterloo living in house. In Russia, we live in not big, but probably in apartments. I like living in big house.
Now, you come to Waterloo through your relationship with ex-Red Wing Igor Larionov. You met when you were 12 years old. Can you describe a little bit of what happened back then for you to meet Larionov, and what is your current day relationship with Igor?
Yeah, Igor really helps to me. I had practice with real NHL players like Yakupov, Laktionov. They play NHL. I think they will superstars a few years, and it's good opportunity for me be better and stronger. He helps me really a lot.
Now, your parents Anna and Slava also had to move from Waterloo or to Waterloo from Russia in order to allow you to play here. What have been some of the differences in the living situation for them been like?
My father now work in Russia, but sometimes he come to me and helps me with practice. Yeah, my mom always living with me and with my little sister, Zhenya. He's studying school and she likes Canada.
Now, what are your plans for next year? Are you planning on staying in Waterloo or moving on to another organization?
Yeah, I really like Waterloo, but I want to growing up and I like my hockey, and I want to play OHL next season.
Is the NHL your eventual goal? And if so, what do you need to work on in the future to get to that point?
Yes, I want to play NHL. It's my dream for I since like I start play hockey, and I need more practice, like my mind, my body, and always my play in ice.
Now, looking ahead to this afternoon's game, you come off back-to-back wins over Cambridge and Brampton. What are some things you need to do today to be successful as a team to come out with a win?
I think we just need a big team, like helps. It's not. It's all what we need. Yeah.
Now, you come in third spot at approximately the halfway point of the GOJHL season. What do you need to work on as the playoffs come near the second half of the year to be successful in the second half?
We so young team, and we so quick team, quick transition, quick pass, and also my defensemen are very good. And we just need a better and better, and we're gonna win this league.
Leo, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Getting ready for period number 2. The Waterloo Siskins registering a 15-6 shots on goal advantage, and the Siskins with the only goal of this contest at 2:14 of period number 1 off the Evan Bueller goal. The Cullitons win the draw. Curry shoots it down the far side. Trevor Sauter races after it. Lazarev cuts it off and throws it over to his defender, DeFarias. DeFarias up for Ruskowski, knocked off the puck by Curry, and Curry sends it the length of the ice. Brooks in there, beats DeFarias to the puck, far end line. Brooks loses possession. Ryan Taylor throws it around the boards. Picked up by Kearns, drops it for the defender. The lead pass through center for Ryan Taylor. And Curry doing a nice job of muscling Ryan Taylor off the puck to avoid Taylor going in on a breakaway. On the out-of-town board, it's the Listowel Cyclones 2 and the Brantford 99ers no score. The 99ers will be in tough the rest of the way to get that final playoff spot in this Midwestern Conference. The 99ers with a young team at 6-19 on the year, already 7 points back of the Cyclones, and the Cyclones with a game in hand. Hurst from the right side, over to the left, down to the half wall to Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse backhands it down the wall. Carry from the end line near corner as Miller gives him a couple slashes, puts it back out to Brubacher down the half wall. Carey turns around and his shot picked off by Miller and sent down the ice. Lazarev comes out to play it. Lajeunesse, his pass up, hits the stick of Jake Pleon. Pleon loses his stick before regaining it. Hurst goes to the near corner, wraps it around the boards, and the errant pass by Thomas Carey goes all the way down the ice. Hurst to the far wall, in behind his own net now. The pass up to center to Bodner. Bodner down the left wing over to Bueller. Bueller works his way from the left circle and fires a shot from a bad angle. Pessendorfer deflecting it to the far corner. Lazarev again out to play the puck. Picking it up as Gazzola. The pass over to his right. The shot by Parker. A rebound squirts 2 inches off the pads. And Gazzola trying to collect the rebound. Waterloo looking for their second goal. Maud throws a shot in that hits the end board, deflects right out in front. Pessendorf are able to cover up at the top of his crease to avoid the second Waterloo goal. Remember, fans, all the stats presented here today will change by the time this game airs. So please check Rogers Television for the air date in your region. And remember to check www.gojhl.ca for all your up-to-date scores and stats. Because as mentioned, the information presented here today will change by the time this game airs. Ma to the near corner, the pass up through the neutral zone to Hanlon. Lajeunesse tries to move his way around the defender. Sauter takes it away, drops it for the defense. The pass deflected away by Semino momentarily before Stratford moves in offside on the far side. Mitch Brooks offside at the far side, trying to take the deflected pass off the Waterloo player's stick. A draw beside the Waterloo zone. Cullitons win it. Croft at the left wing. Hurst knocking him off the puck. Croft gets it back. Play now in the neutral zone. Curry to the other side to Killens. Killens from the near wall through the neutral zone to Brooks, who turns around, passes center over the left, takes it himself, throws a backhand to Croft. Croft goes back to Killens' left side, and the shot by Killens hung onto in the midsection by Lazarev at the near corner. Lazarev 7th in the league in goaltending with a .242 goals against average. Shot by Pleon, rebound in front of the net. Dylan Wetlaufer trying to grab a rebound at the top of the Waterloo crease. Stratford on the power play for another 50 seconds as Danny Handlin backhands it out the length of the ice. 16-8 now, the shots on goal. So 2 shots in this second for the Cullitons versus 1 against for the Siskins. The Cullitons on their first power play of the second. Jarrett Parker in the box for the Siskins for another 27 seconds. Draw left circle, Stratford zone. Stratford winning the draw. Pleon with the puck in behind his own net. Skates out through center, crosses the red line. Pleon still with it, tries to drop to McKelvey, but Semino gets his stick on it and sends it to the opposite corner. Killens with a head of speed over the left side, knocked away. Checked nicely by Semino. Parker the other way. His shot out the near corner hits the end glass and comes out the other side. Curry up the near wall. Wetlaufer dumps it in. Can't get it past Semino. Semino to the other blue line. Killens intercepting. Semino moves off the right side, gets it right back. Curry takes it away from him in the corner. Cullitons clear the line far side, just 2 inches over the line over Matthew Ma, who was unable to keep the puck on side. Ruskowski from the half wall to the center ice red line. Carter Allen shooting it back in. Ruskowski at the half wall. Tries to handle a bouncing puck, gives off to Danny Hanlon. Hanlon the pass through center, Ruskowski picks it back up, and a streaking Bueller tries to work his way into the slot, but the pass too far for him, ends up at the other side as Ruskowski knocked down in the far corner. And it looks like a cross check coming up here to the Cullitons. Drew Gross to the box for Stratford. Cross-checking on the call as Christian Ruskowski and Trevor Sauter line up for the face-off. Left circle, Culliton zone. Waterloo winning it. DeFarius to the other side. Semino fakes the wind-up down to the left circle. His shot partially blocked by Captain Curry. DeFarius down the wall for Kearns, back to Semino, and the missed pass results in Semino going back to his own blue line to pick it up. Ruskowski other side, shot by Taylor, and a beautiful shoulder save. Pessendorfer getting the left shoulder out. Ruskowski able to clear the puck down the opposite board. With 1:13 to go in the Stratford minor penalty. Joshua DeFarius in behind the Waterloo net. Skates out through the slot, the pass to Carey, and the shot from the right wing. Blocked by Trevor Sauter and dumped down inside the Waterloo blue line. Lajeunesse falling down at the far wall, being checked by Tyson Baker. Picked up by Bueller, now in behind his own net. 36 seconds to go in the Waterloo penalty. Hurst for Brubacher through neutral ice. Brubacher shoots it in, ringing it around the boards and out the far side. Lajeunesse picks it up, back to Hurst, back to Lajeunesse. Hurst, the shot through traffic, and he scores! Nick Hurst through traffic puts it in on the far side, and the Waterloo Siskins double up their lead to 2-0, excuse me. So no deflection in front, a fluttering wrist shot from Nick Hurst, and it looks like Hurst will get credit with the goal with 12:34 to go, second period of play. Harvey back to touch up for Waterloo. Bueller getting credit for a deflection. So Nick Hurst, or Evan Bueller, excuse me, Nick Hurst with the assist, Bueller getting credit with the second. Bueller parking himself in front of the Stratford net, and Bueller getting his second with 12:34 to go, second period of play. And the Waterloo Siskins now have a 2-0 lead over the Cullitons. Templeman knocked over far side. Carey around the near board. Chase Campbell digging it out, going back for Harvey. Hurst around the far side, wins the battle to that far corner. Campbell flips a pass out through the neutral zone, and back to pick up is Keaton Middleton for the Cullitons. Sauter from the left snaps a wrister, and at the top of the crease near side, Leo Lazarev making the save. Nick Hurst registering his 9th assist on the year on that play. Sauter throwing it around the boards as the Cullitons win the draw. Intercepted by Waterloo. Connor Bodner skating hard around the far side. The shot bounces off a player in front, comes back to Dylan Wetlaufer, who clears the zone at the far side. Bodner gets it back through the neutral zone, pass right wing for Parker. The shot deflects off Killens, who takes it at the far side, races through the neutral zone, taking it all by himself, and he's checked into the end wall by Luke Gazzola at the far side. Ma in behind his own net. The pass out for Parker. Parker past center, broken up by Carter Allen. Brooks over the left circle, centering pass for Shane O'Brien. And Bodner going the other way, shoots a shot into the corner. Bueller unable to get there first, so an icing on the play. Bueller with those 2 goals, the one in the first at 2:14, and here in the second with 12:34 to go, period number 2. Bueller with 6 goals and 3 assists on the year now for 9 points in his 15th game. Curry's shot wide, his shot bouncing off the end board and coming out the near corner. Ma falling down, so Stratford taking it away as a result. O'Brien's pass into the slot broken up, and Curry shoots it in through the neutral zone on the far side. Ma coming out the far corner, the pass out for Bueller off his stick. Ruskowski into the near corner to chase after it. Stratford picking off a bouncing puck. O'Brien over the left. The shot hits the outside of Ma and ends up in the near corner. Ruskowski, the pass through center. Hanlon, the shot hits the glass, bounces over the net and back to the right side. Tyson Baker right back the other way for the Cullitons. Now in behind the net past the end line. Baker trying to work his way free. Side of the net goes to Gross, far side, and his shot trickles wide to the near corner. Hanlon tries to move around the defender. Killens then moves up to the far wall to cut off the pass from Brubacher. Play at center, Lajeunesse turning around, throwing it to the neutral zone. Middleton back for Killens. The back pass for Middleton. Middleton missing the pass. Back to pick up is Joshua DeFarius, who throws a long pass down the far side. Taylor trying to work his way into the slot. The pass looking for Kearns. Kearns looking to shove it in at the far side. Nigro back to McKelvey. McKelvey trying to corral a bouncing puck. Noticing a lot of bouncing of the puck here this afternoon. Taylor over the left side, crashes into the far boards courtesy of the hit by Riker Killens. Or that was Drew Gross, excuse me. Gross now picking it up and throwing it through neutral territory. Harvey back to slam it off the wall opposite side for the Siskins. Lajeunesse falling. Harvey works the puck up the wall. Mantenuto, the shot in, looking for Campbell near corner. Campbell at the end line, back in behind the net for Mantenuto. The pass down into the corner taken away by Carter Allen. Gazzola trying to win the race to the near half board. The Cullitons pick it up and work their way out through neutral territory. Heyman's shot hitting the outside of the net, far side. Allen's shot nicely blocked by Campbell. Campbell working his way to the top of the blue line, forcing a turnover. Mantenuto diving at the far side to try and clear play out of the zone far side. And as Mantenuto was tripped up, the Cullitons to the penalty box and the Siskins off to the power play. 7:02 to go. Second period of play. The Siskins now looking for goal number 3. Semino far side. Over to Ruskowski, and Ruskowski's wrister goes high off the glass in the near corner. DeFarius down to the half wall. Kearns at the end line. Turns around, gives it back to Ruskowski. Ruskowski to DeFarius. Ruskowski again from the right circle. Rifles a wrist shot. May have caught a piece of Riker Killen's stick and deflects out of play into the netting far side. Kearns to take the draw, right circle. Stratford zone. Stratford winning the draw, pushing the play off to the near corner. Pleon trapped in against the end board, along with 2 Waterloo players. DeFarius moves the puck up the wall from the half wall before Stratford able to clear Semino back. Gross wins the race to the puck, tries a wraparound, and tries to wrist a shot into the top corner off the near side. Lazarev able to get across and make the save. Ruskowski into the slot. Instead, backhands it down the wall, down the near side. Into the corner goes Ryan Taylor. Kearns picks it up. Back to Semino. 41 seconds to go in the Stratford minor. The shot by Semino deflected in front. I believe Ruskowski gonna get credit for that. The Siskins score and extend their lead to 3-0. We'll wait for the official announcement. That's the second shot off the top of the point. A power play marker with 5:38 to go in period number 2. Eric Semino, here's the call now. Ruskowski and Kearns credited with assists. I'm pretty sure it deflected in a downward motion in front of the net out that far side. So perhaps off a Stratford player, as Semino given credit for the 3rd Waterloo goal. The second point shot of this game ending up in a goal. Nick Hurst with the same plan of attack in the second, or earlier in the second, I should say, with 12:34 to go in period number 2. It looked like Hurst got the goal, but Evan Buehler was credited with his second. A tussle on the near wall. Souter throwing his man into the near board. That's Jarrett Parker. Two minutes for high sticking and an elbow motion, so perhaps a double minor. The referee called for a high stick and made a motion with his right elbow, but no call so far on the elbow. Sauter to the box for the Cullitons. Waterloo winning the draw. The shot by Brubacher covered up at the near side by Pessendorfer. So the Siskins with 2 goals here in the second, basically off the same play. A shoot in through traffic at the top of the blue line. And the Siskins able to get goals number 2 and 3 as a result. Campbell wrestled to the board's far corner. Carey playing it down deeper and swatted out by the Cullitons. O'Brien plays it down the wall far side on the backhand. Mitch Brooks beyond the end line near side. Pleon the shot off the boards and the disc moving out the near side. Carey's back pass intercepted by the Stratford Cullitons. And the turnaround shot by Mantenuto covered up at the far side by Michael Pessendorfer. Under 4 to go now, second period of play. Goals by Evan Bueller, his second with 12:34 to go in the second. And Eric Semino from Ruskowski and Kearns with 5:28, or 5:38 I should say, in period number 2. Backhand pass by Moss, side of the net, centering pass by Bueller, looking for Hanlon, and the puck now off in the far corner as Gross dumped on the far side beside the left circle, and he'll skate gingerly off to the Stratford bench. Face off to the right of Pessendorfer. Bueller winning the draw, shot by Ruskowski, blocked. Hanlon trying to gather it back in before it's backhanded out by Tyson Baker. Carter Allen at the half wall, plays it deep, throwing up the wall by Ma, trying to clear the zone. Hanlon picks it up over the Stratford blue line, and the shot from the far side deflects off the stick of Jordan Curry, the Stratford captain, and moves out of play into the netting. Lajeunesse left circle, facing off with Sauter. Sauter's pass down the right wing, or that was Brett Heyman, excuse me. Heyman now into the corner on the far side. Waterloo unable to clear, and the shot from the right side by Riker Killens wide and into the near corner. Picked up by Hurst, flipped out through the 2 zones. Killens back to pick up for the Cullitons. Heyman by his end line, far side, flips a pass high through the neutral zone. Nigro tries to work his way past Hurst to get an open shot in the slot. The whistle going. Connor Bonner, Lajeunesse in a tussle there on the far corner. But it looks like the referees will get this one broken up before there's anything of the major variety. Waterloo out shooting the Cullitons 21-10. The reason for their 3-0 advantage on the scoreboard. Waterloo with a win today will move to within a point of the Elmira Sugar Kings, but the Sugar Kings will have 2 games in hand. Stratford would drop to 11-13-3, still 3 points back of the Cambridge Winterhawks. Face off from the dot, far side, Waterloo zone. Sauter gets down low, but Lajeunesse able to win the draw from the far side. The Siskins wrap it around the boards the full length of the ice. Hanlon far side. Loses possession to Dylan Wetlaufer. Puck dropping to the ice on a rainbowed pass. Killens over his own blue line, over center. Brubacher pokes away at it, and Hanlon able to clear the zone at the far side. So Waterloo shorthanded. Bodner a double minor for roughing after the whistle. A Stratford play, a shot by Killens, hitting the crossbar and moving out of play. Killens hit the upper portion of the crossbar from the left side, which is why it deflected straight up and out of play. Templeman and Carey face off beside the Waterloo blue line, far side. Waterloo wins the draw as Ma pokes it out. Killens wraps it around the boards. Lazarev out to cut it off, and Ma throws it the length of the ice. Killens back to pick up the disc for the Cullitons. Carey back checking him through the neutral zone. Killens makes his way anyway. The centering pass for Brett Heyman. O'Brien falling down to get the pass back to Brooks. Brooks, far corner, over to the right side, over to Killens. Killens, and the shot from the right circle by O'Brien deflects off the shoulder of Lazarev and out of play. Lazarev taking the shot high off the right shoulder. Sauter to take the draw at the left dot, Waterloo zone. Sauter tossed out of the draw, so he moves off to the left wing. Croft and the Waterloo forward, Lajeunesse, tie up. And now 3 players aside, unable to dig the puck out of their skates. Wetlaufer finally gaining possession at the near corner end line, back for Curry. Curry works it in for Croft, and his shot deflects off Semino and out the far side. Under 30 seconds to go. Bodner and Heyman still in the box. No penalty showing. I believe Bodner took the extra 2 minutes, but the Waterloo penalty no longer showing up on the scoreboard. Waterloo back to 5 men on the ice, so both teams now back to full strength. Harvey runs the puck around the board far side. McKelvey takes the puck away there. McKelvey back to the right side, over to Jake Pleon. Pleon plays it off the glass, and it's picked off by Hurst. Ruskowski trying to play it up the wall near corner. Hurst tries again. Pleon stops it there at the left side of the point as the buzzer goes. Second period goals by Eric Semino, and the second goal by Evan Bueller. Semino with 5:38 to go in the second. Bueller at 12:34 left in the second. And the Waterloo Siskins with a shots advantage of 21-13 after 2 periods of play. And after period number 2, it's the Waterloo Siskins 3 and the Stratford Cullitons no score. We're with Jordan Curry, captain of the Stratford Cullitons, number 16, Jordan, you come off a 2-1 win over the Listowel Cyclones in your last game. What made you successful in that contest?
I think we just we worked really hard in that game. Obviously, us playing Listowel was a pretty big rivalry, and the last game we really took it to them. So we knew they were going to come out hot, and we just tried to stick to our game plan and do the things that have been working for us, and it worked in our favor in the end.
Now this afternoon here in Waterloo, you have the Siskins in third place, trailing the Sugar Kings and the first place Kitchener Dutchmen on a 22-game win streak. What do you need to do this afternoon to come out with a victory? What are the keys offensively and defensively for a win versus the Siskins this afternoon?
I think we've just got to get pucks to the net and get lots of traffic in there, and then keep things tight defensively. Obviously, on a bigger rink, we have to play well in our own end and keep them off the score sheet. And we've been playing pretty well lately, so if we keep doing what we've been doing, I think we'll have a good afternoon today.
Now, looking ahead to the second half of the year, you come in fifth place, a game under 500. What do you need to do over the second half of the year to find success as the GOJHL approaches the playoffs?
I think we've been in a lot of close games, quite a few one-goal games against some of the top teams in our league. So I think in the second half we've got to find a way to win those games and crawl our way up the standings here and make sure we're playing good hockey for the start of the playoffs.
Jordan, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The Waterloo Siskins registering a 3-0 lead following 2 periods of play. Eric Semino from Christian Ryskowski and Evan Kearns with 5:38 to go in the second, grabbing Waterloo's third goal. Evan Buehler with his second off the assist from Nick Hurst with 12:34 remaining in the second. Waterloo with a 21-13 lead on the shots on goal clock as the Cullitons win the opening draw. Pleon crosses ice to Curry, the feed up to center, broken up by Evan Buehler. Buehler bangs it in down the far wall and Curry cuts it off, throwing it back to that far wall. Buehler takes it away and he's now pinned up against the far end board by Jake Pleon. Baker, the back pass. Stratford now leaving the zone. Gross over the right side and fires a wrist shot around Harvey into the midsection of Leo Lazarev. Listowel on top of the Brantford 99ers 4-1. Moving into the third period, the Cyclones looking to move 9 points ahead of Brantford for that 8th and final playoff spot. Allen works the puck down to the side of the net, far side, and Heyman poking away at it, trying to slip the first Stratford goal in at the far post. Lazarev so far still able to keep them off the score sheet. DeFarius in behind the Stratford net. Puck now lodged on the back of the net as the whistle goes. St. Catharines out in front of Port Colborne 4-0. The St. Catharines Falcons just 2 points back of Caledonia now. Caledonia handing St. Catharines their only 3 losses of the year as Carey chips it wide of the net. The Corvairs' 24-game win streak broken last night versus the Welland Canadians, the Welland Junior Canadians, in their home rink at the HCCC. The Kitchener Dutchmen, their streak's still alive. The Dutchmen at 22 consecutive wins as they beat the Cambridge Winterhawks last night 5-4 in a shootout. Campbell backhands it through the neutral zone. Curry through center, up to Wetlaw for right circle, and his pass across, broken up by Ma. Backhand, Stratford getting it back. O'Brien digging there, and Ma doing a nice job of taking it away from him. Campbell through center, backhands it in, and Pessendorfer makes the stop at the near side of the net. The puck remaining loose, but the referee blowing play down regardless. The puck hitting the inside of Pessendorfer's stick, and it went in behind the net. The referee, not seeing it, called the play down anyway. Remember, fans, to check the Rogers website for air dates in your area. And as was mentioned earlier, everything I mention here in today's game, all the stats and the standings, by the time this game airs in your region, that will change. So please check www.gojhl.ca for all your scores and information in the world of Junior B hockey. Pass up to Bodner, the pass missed. Pleon grabs it at his own line, throws it to the far side. Croft checked off the puck. McKelvey chips it off the far wall for Mitch Brooks. Brooks backhands it to the near circle, or to the far circle, Waterloo zone, excuse me. Pleon moving off the blue line, near side to play the puck. Semino taking it away, moving down deep into the Stratford zone. And chipped out through center. Brooks dumps it in down the near side before going off on a change. Harvey pins it down around the side wall. Vandergunst plays it for the Cullitons back down that same wall. Hanlon backhanding it out through the Stratford blue line, tries to hop over the Stratford defender Killens, but Killens gets to the near corner first to play the puck. Can't clear the line. Harvey's shot partially blocked by Vandergunst, and Vandergunst makes his way back to the Waterloo blue line. Heyman dumps it down the ice near side off the glass. Vandergunst around Harvey, in behind the net, swoops out the far side over the right circle. The short drop pass missed, and Lajeunesse in on a breakaway, and he scores! Troy Lajeunesse through the legs of Michael Pessendorfer off the breakaway, moving down the far side. And with 15:48 to go in period number 3, Troy Lajeunesse extends the Waterloo lead to 4. So the Stratford defender giving up play on the far side missed the short back pass. Lajeunesse going in all alone off the far blue line and slipping it in between the pads of Michael Pessendorfer. With 15:48 to go in period number 3. Wetlaufer over the right side. Can't find a shot as the momentum from the checking defender, Brubacher, moved the puck over into the far corner. Flip pass, Curry from the right circle. Shot from over the right circle, high over the net and off the glass. Wetlaufer plays the puck in behind the net. Souter out to the half wall far side, cross ice feed for Curry, picked off by Taylor. Waterloo going off on a full change. Carey dumping it in from the left, going to the corner to play it is Keaton Middleton. Play far side, chipped off the wall. Semino keeps it in. Cimino back to the other defender, Ma, and Ma plays it up the left wing for Campbell. Campbell missing the pass, and Killens flipping it to the neutral zone on the far side. Campbell chips it from center, but his forward motion carried the puck out of play out the near side. Waterloo looking to go to 8-2-2 on the road. If Stratford remains behind, they'll drop to 4-8-1 on the road. Allen playing it down to the far corner. Cimino taking it away, playing it up the far board. Mantenuto misses the pass. Killens cuts him off. Carey gathers it in at the neutral zone and backhands it down the wall in around the near side. Puck squirts out the far corner. Stratford getting there first. Playing it up the wall is Carter Allen, and the puck frozen at the near corner by Lazarev. McKelvey taking the draw. Play up the near boards. Harvey from the red line plays it back to the defense. Plays it around the boards. Bodner picking it up now, passing the red line. Tripped up by McKelvey as the puck goes in behind the Stratford net. Harvey far side, his shot along the ice goes to the near corner. Bodner slaps it into the corner. McKelvey falls there. The Stratford Cullitons can't get it past the line left side. Harvey plays it deep. Parker in behind the net. Cut off by McKelvey. The Cullitons work their way up the boards down the near side, and the whistle goes, a holding call, as Gross was already deep down in Waterloo territory for the Cullitons. Jake Pleon to the box, and the referee making another signal. So an additional penalty perhaps coming up to Pleon. The referee making an additional signal on his hips in a defiant fashion. So the referee not impressed with the words of Jake Pleon. Ruskowski wins the draw back to Cimino. Cimino works his way around the left side of the blue line, gives back to Ruskowski, and his wrists are wide off to the far side. Ruskowski off at the half wall, down deep for Kearns, back to Ruskowski. Kearns in behind the net. Back to Cimino. Cimino. Excuse me. Ruskowski back to Cimino. His shot into the glove of Pessendorfer, so Pleon drawing a 10-minute misconduct after the hold. 1 minute and 57 seconds to the midway point of period number 3. The Siskins win the draw over to Brubacher left side. La Jeunesse already with 1 goal, turning around at the right board. Makes his way back to the right side of the blue line over to Hurst. Hurst tries to feed it into Bueller. The pass ends up back at the point. Brubacher moving up to make the shot. Stratford able to clear the zone with a minute left in the minor to Jake Pleon, but Pleon will serve the additional 10 minutes for the unsportsmanlike conduct. La Jeunesse around the near boards. Bueller from the left circle beside the boards now. La Jeunesse tries to dig it out. fighting with Heyman. Heyman and Middleton battling for possession before Riker Killens throws it the full length around the glass out the near side. Lazarev out to play it, and his pass up to the far blue line for Evan Bueller offside. Bueller and Nick Nigro get in a shoving match on the far side. Bueller looking for his third goal, the hat trick for today's contest. So a Waterloo win today will move them back to 2-2 in the season series versus the Cullitons. Souter to take the draw, right circle, Waterloo zone, wins it, but Semino there to take the puck for the Siskins. Kearns skating hard far side, and the puck deflects out of play beside the Stratford bench. Kearns to take the draw with Trevor Sauter out the right side. Kearns wins it off to the right wing. Ruskowski puts it back for DeFarius, back to Ruskowski. So Nigro to the box for 2 minutes after that shoving match on the far side. Semino, the short pass through the neutral zone to Ryan Taylor. Taylor body checked heavily by Killens at the near corner. Semino picks it up, plays a bouncing pass into Kearns. Side of the net there also was Ryan Taylor. Semino moves up the blue line to play it back into the corner near side. Ruskowski down the board, gives it back to Semino. Semino to Ruskowski. Semino far side, the shot wide by Joshua DeFarius. Semino to Taylor. The backhand kept in momentarily by Semino before Sauter chips it the length of the ice, and the Cullitons make a full change. Semino, Drew Gross, Joshua DeFarius. So Drew Gross battling three players, and Mantenuto standing on the near corner watching as well. Waterloo's Semino eventually able to come up with possession. La Jeunesse hit hard in the upper body by Jordan Curry. Curry now down into the near corner past the end line to check Carey. Thomas Carey pinned on the boards, along with Mantenuto, and the pass out, the shot by La Jeunesse ends up out of play into the netting out the far side. Gazzola to take the draw. The puck bouncing in the air. Cleared by Stratford. Brubacher back to pick up for Waterloo. Over to the other side, the cross ice feed to Hanlon. Hanlon over the left circle. Fires a shot, a slap shot, wide of the net by 2 inches off to the far corner. Carter Allen shoots it in down the far side. Lazarev leaving it for the defender, Nick Hurst. Hurst waits, passes off to the near end line to Brubacher. Brubacher's lead feed up by center for Gazzola, broken up, and the Cullitons come back over the far side. Brubacher down the near corner. Killens takes it away. The drop pass for the defender, broken up by Hanlon. Centering pass looking for Campbell. in there, as well as Gazzola looking for a rebound. And the Cullitons able to go the other way on a 2-on-1 as a result. All the Siskins up on the other side looking for goal number 5. And Dylan Wetlaufer and Tyson Baker looking for the first Stratford goal. Leo Lazarev making the save with 7:42 to go, third period of play, to keep the Cullitons off the score sheet. Ma far side up to Carey. The pass cut off at the blue line, and the shot by Curry fired high over the net. Play at the far end line. Stratford with possession. Now at the half wall. Brooks turning around. Ma trying to pin him up against the boards. Semino now able to do so. So Ma goes up the near corner. Both teams still battling for possession. 2 players aside looking for it. Heyman plays it back to the point. And the shot by Carter Allen. Lazarev down to the ice at the top of his crease to make the save. Lazarev at 7th in the league in goaltending coming into today at .242 in goals against on the year. If he can keep the Cullitons off the score sheet, that'll go down further. High rising shot by Killens in behind the net. Templeman tries to grab possession before Waterloo intercepts and heads the other way. Played around the boards by Middleton before Killens shoots it the length of the ice. Harvey to try to pick up. The Cullitons able to center the puck. Templeman looking for it at the far side. Or that was Drew Gross, excuse me. Templeman now with it inside his own zone. The pass across to the other side. Gross picks it up. Opposite board, flips a pass, no one there. Ryan Taylor heading back the other way for the Siskins. Broken up and a 2-on-none. Taylor gives to Ruskowski and they score! The Waterloo Siskins with goal number 5. Christian Ruskowski with 5:53 remaining. And the Siskins extend their lead to 5. Ruskowski gathering an earlier assist. With 5:53 to go in the third, the Siskins force a turnover. The Siskin defense playing high at the top of the blue line, and Ruskowski and Taylor going in alone. Taylor shoveling the pass across from the right side, and Ruskowski hitting an empty net to register goal number 5 for the Siskins. Gazzola pinned up against the far wall. O'Brien shooting it in for the Cullitons before going off. DeFarius with the disc in behind his own net now for the Siskins. Plays the puck across to the end line for Ma, back to DeFarius. DeFarius flips it through the Stratford defender's legs. Keaton Middleton unable to pick it off, and it comes back to Pessendorfer, who covers up to make the save. The Siskins registering a 26-19 advantage in shots on goal. The Siskins at a 5-0 advantage in the place where it counts up on the scoreboard. Campbell at the near line, plays it back down deep for Hanlon. Now checked and falls over in behind the Stratford net. Carey works his way out. The shot partially blocked by the Stratford defense. Carey shoots it down the near wall. The disc making its way all the way out the far side. Gross down to the half wall far side, back for McKelvey, and the nice snapshot over the left circle, handled on the left shoulder of Lazarev. Lazarev, as mentioned, still keeping the Cullitons off the scoreboard in today's game. A Waterloo win today would bring them to within 1 point of the Elmira Sugar Kings, and they would even up with the Cullitons on the season series. The Cullitons with a 2-1 season lead coming into tonight. Today's game has been brought to you by Rogers Television. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to check the Rogers website or continue watching Rogers Television for the advertisement concerning air dates in your region. Maud down through the neutral zone. Allen takes it away. The pass to Vandergunt, shot along the ice and tipped to the far corner by the right pad of Lazarev. Bodner, the pass for Lajeunesse. Lajeunesse looking for his second with the first third period goal with 15:48 to go. Ruskowski then responding at 5:53 with 5:53 remaining in the third. Evan Bueller with 2 goals at 2:14 of period number 1, and with 12:34 to go in period number 2 off the deflected point shot from Nick Hurst. Ruskowski did the same thing with 5:38 to go remaining in the second off the point shot from Semino on the power play goal. Lajeunesse and Ruskowski with third period markers for the Siskins. The Stratford Cullitons with no response here today whatsoever up on the scoreboard, as the shot on the other side, Stratford saying they've scored and the whistle going. But Lazarev able to close the top of his pads, continuing to keep the Cullitons off the score sheet. Face off from the left circle. Heyman wins the draw, back to the point to Middleton. Middleton digs it off the boards, plays it for Templeman. The pass below the left circle to Brooks. Turnaround shot, Devon Croft picked off by DeFarius, plays it around the near wall. Hanlon picks it up as the PA announcer signals the last minute of play in which the Cullitons can register a goal as we move inside 45 seconds. Cut off in the neutral zone by Hanlon. 35 to go. Brubacher picks it up, plays it off the boards in behind his net. Back to DeFarius. DeFarius nearly turning it over. It is turned over, and the shot in by Middleton, picked off by DeFarius. DeFarius able to slap it to the far blue line. Stratford back to the attack. The snapshot by O'Brien, blocked nicely by Ma, played in by Middleton. Stratford applying late pressure, 5 seconds to go. Centering pass back to Middleton, but time will run out. The buzzer goes, and Leo Lazarev gets his shutout, Christian Ruskowski and Troy Lajeunesse responding with third period goals for the Siskins. And the young Russian 16-year-old import netminder registering the shutout on the afternoon. Lazarev registering his third shutout on the year. Thank you for joining us on Rogers Television this afternoon. Your final score, the Waterloo Siskins 5 and the Stratford Cullitons no score. Leo Lazarev registering the shutout. Please join us in approximately 3 weeks for our next broadcast. The Elmira Sugar Kings will host the Cambridge Winterhawks. Check the air dates in your region for the times when you can see that game. Also remember to do the same for today's game. Your final score, the Siskins 5 and the Cullitons 0. Good night.